And then because it took so long for this round to start, I don't know, we're just spitballing here at this point. Very hard sometimes to tell what's going on down there.
And then there was a meteor that fell from the sky. Well, I'll tell you, this year's Carnage, the crowd, I'm seeing a bigger crowd than ever before, a more active crowd than ever before. We've got more vendors and things like that going on here. So hopefully Carnage will continue to expand here at the T. Ed Garrison Arena.
I mean, it's practically a run fair at this point when you're looking at all the shops and activities you can do at it, especially now that we're expanding into the outdoors for tomorrow's fight. So if that goes well, I really could see this growing because people really do like. I mean, I guess in February maybe it's not nice walking around, but.
Well, today it's in the mid 50s outside here today. Usually it's freezing at Carnage.
Also, I've usually found it to be warmer outside than in the arena because you get the sun.
And the concrete will really pull the heat out of you. When I recommend folks coming out, I always recommend they bring a seat pad and a blanket, that sort of stuff. And South Carolina is not traditionally all that cold. Anyway, here we go with the Dragoons on your left in blue and red. Opposite them is Bastion in blue and gold.
Dragoons have looked pretty good all day, but they've definitely shown some weaknesses. Bastion has some paths to victory right here.
A breakaway, but no advantage from it yet.
Yeah, Bastion's fighter was in a bad position, positionally looking great right now. We'll see. Oh, I think we have a fighter down, a Bastion fighter down on the near side.
And another on the far. It's 5-3 Dragoons.
I can't tell if that's going to be a trade.
That's
4-1, if not 5-1. I can't tell if they ended up sitting this Dragoon, which looks like, it's Michael Johnson on the near side. I couldn't tell if they sat him or not.
That was a quick round.
That was. Interesting tidbit about this team. Vincent is probably their newest fighter in terms of being on the field because while he joined 2 or 3 years ago, he's been injured sort of constantly since joining, and yet he is their captain. So basically everyone else has more field experience with this line than their current field captain, which is an interesting, you usually don't see that. Usually the captain is, if not the person with the most experience, one of the most experienced.
That's true. Well, it's interesting too with coaching. Like a lot of times the folks coaching the team are the fighters that aren't in the fight.
Yeah.
But occasionally you'll have a coach who, hasn't done a lot of fighting. I was coaching the upstate melee fighters at our tryouts for the overall team. And my experience of melee is watching it and marshaling a little.
But hey, having a martial arts background and being in kit, that's more than a lot of people have, right? So that's a lot of pro fight stuff also translates directly.
We had a trade in the corner, so it's 4-4.
Yeah, and Sean is not getting over. They might be able to go up right here. They were not. Oh, that was a very nice sweep. It looked like a Sasai from Mikey, and then a heavy punch on his way.
Oh, and a big hit. Bastion fighter going down. It's 4-2.
Tried to hang on there. BJ did a great job of just standing strong and waiting it out till he had to let go.
He's trying to get that backup weapon out. A bad position to be, and that's the fight.
I think we just saw another liver shot drop from BJ in the corner. I couldn't really tell what dropped him, but I saw a punch, and then I saw him down. Could have been a trip afterwards, or it could have just been like, I don't want to get beat up. But it might have been. It's very interesting when you see the liver shot drop through armor, because that's a shot that in MMA often people aren't sure about what happens.
Well, the way that armor can be layered, and I know you know this, the way that armor can be layered around the torso for those lames, if it's hit in the edge of that armor, like we were talking about earlier with the neck, if you're hit on the trap, but the plate lays over the spine, it may feel like it hit the spine.
Yeah.
If it's overlain and when it gets hit with a punch, it could drive the edge of that plate in between the ribs. And especially as the day goes on, as fighters are fatigued, as fighters are dehydrated, those shots are going to settle differently than they would have this morning.
For sure. And it is one of the weird things where armor sometimes is worse to
Yes.
get hit with. It sometimes works against you. Not often, but every once in a while, weird, freaky things happen like that.
Well, I love armor. I've loved armor since before